Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Zenless Zone 0 video. Now the game is gonna launch soon and I figured one last video before the game comes out, and that is going to be the standard 5-star characters. So we're gonna talk about this. If you guys are not aware, we're gonna get a 50 beginners banner where you can do 50 pulls and it's gonna guarantee you a 5-star character. Now who is going to be the best 5-star for you to obtain right here? Now this is going to be particularly the standard banner. I wouldn't stress out too much about this, so just so you guys know, because a lot of these characters are going to be something that you're going to obtain eventually, right? If you play the game in the long term, alright? So if you plan to play this game like 6 months or maybe even 1 year down the road, every 50-50 that you lose, you're going to be able to obtain one of these characters. As you can see, the list goes as follows. We have Grace, Keda, Nekomata, Soldier 11, and Reena. Now let me give you guys my perspective in terms of who I think is going to be the best character by far. Now let's start off with this guy first, Now Nekomata is going to be this furry looking wolf character, and he's going to be an ice type, and he pairs really well with Alan Joe. Now in my humble opinion, he's going to be the best character to obtain early on. Now he's a cool character, alright, if you're trying to go for the meta, so-called freeze meta comp, he's going to be staple, alright, Nekomata pairs with Alan Joe, and then you have Sokaku as well. So this is going to make up for pretty much the best team early on. And he is going to be standard, I would say, for a lot of players moving forward. I would say pretty much going to be consist of one team right there, right? So 3 characters per se. Now the truth is, you can't really pick who you want, and I get it that if you are trying to reroll, then sure, you can try to target him if you're trying to get Alan Joe as well. But he is a very solid pick. I think out of all of the characters in the list, he's the one in the higher, the highest tier list, right? In my opinion, he's going to be the best pick by far. Now who is going to be the second best pick then? In that case, I would say it's going to be tied between Grace, which is this girl right here. She is an electric support. I feel like if you want to go for design and waifu, I can definitely vouch for her. She's a very strong support type character. But the truth is, lightning type can also be one full team, but there's no 5-star attacker yet for electric type, right? I think it's called electric and lightning. So you have to rely on, there's an A rank however, which is Anton. Now Anton is going to be a decent character overall, right? You can do Anton plus Grace if you are going for that in particular. But I do think that Grace has a very interesting personality. Her love for machines is kind of interesting. I will also place Reena, the other character right here, on somewhat of a same par with her, right? So this is going to be Reena and Grace are going to be the second, like after Nekomata. I would say one of these two is going to be very good. Now Reena right here is a very good support as well for electric type, right? So if you are trying to get, both of them are ranged characters, right? So if you are into that range playstyle, as you can see right here, she is able to summon like lightning bolts across the field, which can be very interesting. Now if support type characters aren't your style and you prefer like much more of a main DPS character, then I can sort of understand, right? If you want to look for an attacker, then you would look no further than either Nekomata or what's the other character? Nekomata or Soldier 11. Now this is going to be depending on which element that you're looking for. Now Nekomata is part of the main gang of the I forgot what's the name of the squad early on, right? She joins you. You don't really get her for free. She joins you in the story, alright? Not in the game, right? But she is going to be very interesting. Overall, if you're looking for a physical DPS from the standard banner, she's going to be quite high up there, right? Again, if you're looking for a DPS, now if you are going to pull for the limited Alan Joe, then probably you don't really need another DPS. Nekomata is going to make more sense. Now physical, in terms of I would say she's the only strongest, at release, the only strong physical DPS as far as I can remember. I think there's like 1 or 2 more, right? The other one is going to be Soldier 11. So she is going to be not a physical, but rather a fire DPS. Alright, if you're looking for a fire attacker. Now again, you also encounter her in the story. Very interesting playstyle. She is going to be pretty unique. Alright, if you are trying to apply the, I believe it's called burn for the bonuses for the enemy, but I'm not too familiar with her. You did get to use her a little bit in the story as well, which is pretty cool. And then the last one is going to be of Keda from Belobog. Now I think Keda is a little bit more finicky, right? She is going to be a little bit more different in terms of her approach. She's good if you pair her with Ben Bigger. Now if you like Ben Bigger and if you like his playstyle, she is going to be a very good character. Or else, I think she falls a little bit short, right? I do think that right now, Keda might be one of the easier ones as well to make a team with. But yeah, I do think that Ben Bigger is going to be pretty much a staple if you really want to use her. Now, you do get Ben Bigger at least one version for free. So there's that, right? The playstyle is going to be, I believe you can pair them with Anton as well. So I'm not too familiar with that team as a whole, but pretty much there's also a synergy in that particular sense. Now still, I feel like at the end of the day, you know, the game is still going to be super early, alright? So all my knowledge is going to be based upon the closed beta test 3 or whatever the test is called, right? So take all of this with a grain of salt. There's a chance that after release, they will change some things up. Usually, you know, with all of these, especially like, you know, even some tier lists that's been released lately have put Keda like pretty much at the lowest tier. If we were to look at Pritwan's tier list right here, on their own tier list itself, right? If you're looking at all of these characters, you can see they put Lycoan really high, which I get it, right? Really good combo with what's her name? Alan Joe right there. Reena is right here for the support, and then Grace is going to be over here in the left section. And then let's see. Okay, they're all kind of decent, I guess. So all within the tier 1. I thought they put Keda somewhat lower. Now, take all of this with a grain of salt. There's a chance that, you know, some of these characters could be nerfed or changed slightly, or could be buffed as well. So there's a chance that those things could happen. Now again, you know, like I wouldn't fret too much about any of these characters. They are all going to be really strong, and they will all have their own use. I do feel like this game, at least based on my experience looking at the trying out the characters, it does feel much more balanced compared to a lot of other, you know, a lot of other gacha games out there. Again, there's a chance that all of these could get power creep eventually, right? If you are thinking of playing this game long term. But yeah, I do think like those are going to be my rankings for the best 5-star from the top to the least priority, I guess. But hey, take it with what you will. With that being said, that's going to be it for this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.